Oh, I just walked through a spider's web. Today I'm going to take you for a run to one of my favourite albums by one of my favourite bands. It is Stumpwork by Dry Cleaning. Let's get going. Alright, and the watch is on, the music's on, we're off, come on, let's go, 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 go. A slide of the bass as paint is thrown on the canvas. Should I propose friendship as Florence Shaw, as Aurora Borealis melodies light up this song? The poetry and percussion rock me like I'm on a train. We look into houses, we overhear conversations, and as the scenery flashes by, so too do memories. I'm taking my hat off as I enter a jazz club igloo. It's as calm as a zero gravity dentist waiting room. There's a rise in the heat in this song when we give sensual Steve his name. It's like we've pinned down the unknown. This swell in the music gives us the sense of a flower opening up, beauty and magic kind of emerging from the everyday. Quenchy Cups knocks on your bedroom door holding a mini acoustic guitar that's decorated in stickers of the solar system, and then when that chorus comes in, the song takes you by the hand. You feel the wind blowing through your hair. You're carefree and excited. I'm basking in the joys of simple pleasures, and I have no idea what a water caterpillar is, but that doesn't matter, because to me it stands as a symbol of hope. Ah yes, Gary Ashby announces itself with a guitar chord that sounds like a gate or a cage door being kicked open. This song absolutely whips along like a dog's tongue out of a car window on a dual carriageway. Just like Quenchy Cups before it, it has this feeling of freedom about it, this song. I feel so youthful when I'm running to this, and it's a sad story about a missing tortoise, but did that tortoise want to be a family pet anyway? That was a nice squirrel. Sometimes I feel like I've got stumpy little legs like a tortoise. Driver's Story has a bass line I can feel oozing between my fingers. This song is really plump, like a fresh tube of toothpaste. This song feels like the end of summer. You know, it's time to gather that harvest, fill the wheelbarrow with giant carrots before the days start getting shorter. And I love that line about stuffing for balloons. I think that for me is one of the best descriptions of like really inane small talk you can sometimes get, particularly here when you listen to the Driver's Story. And I absolutely love that guitar solo. It sounds like you're rolling dice in a game you suddenly know you are capable of winning. The sense of travel moves all the way through this album. It starts out with what feels like a train ride, then you've got a pet running away, and now you've got a driver's story, and throughout all these different modes of transport, I get the feeling there's a ship at the dock waiting for me. This album really makes me feel like I need to be somewhere, I need to be somewhere. Hot Penny Day offers us another change in season. That bass line, there's so much heat in that bass line, and the guitar line as well, it really does scatter like the hot pennies this song takes its name after. That saxophone there, it rasps and it scrapes against my Factor 50. I'm getting hornburn. This song is kind of nightmarish, a pagan vision outside Home Bargains. It's the sinister glee of the wealthy versus the continual discomfort of the poor. Whenever I listen to Dry Cleaning, it makes me feel so inspired. There's something about this band that makes me savour and relish and take pleasure in everything in life. Even this run now, my legs are starting to burn, but I will not slow down until Hot Penny Day is over. This is one of my favourite bits in the album. That when it comes back in after the instrumental on Hot Penny Day, and that line, there's a spook out, it's just perfect. It sends shivers up my spine every time I hear it. Stumpwork feels like Hyacinth Bouquet falling through a Gary Larson cartoon with an insatiable hunger for roadkill. No Decent Shoes for Rain opens like a Jimi Hendrix song if he'd spent his money on capos instead of jerry cans full of petrol and Birds of Prey posters for his bedroom. Now, if I was going to do a video about the lyrics on this album, I would have to do something entirely separate because there's so much to unpick. They really are that incredible. But while I'm running, I'll just say this. When you listen to Stumpwork, these lyrics, the poetry here, makes you see the world in a different way. I thought that was a hedgehog then, it was a leaf. You are a perfect example, but it makes you see the world in a fresh and exciting way, which is what all great poetry does. I don't know how she does it, but there's real, like, images just flash up in your mind, and some of it's quite nightmarish. I feel like this poetry strips everything down to the skeleton, and we see what the world is hanging upon, and that is more important than beauty or ugliness, because that for me is the truth. Somehow these words make you grasp some kind of truth about the world around you, which you didn't really know at the start. And a really good example of that is that line. Can you explain this picture? What are all these men carrying? Is that toxic sludge, or it looks like toxic sludge? See, we are unsure what that's all about, but it resonates with us. We're kind of like, yes, that is what's happening in the world right now. That is magic. Don't Press Me takes a recorder into the mosh pit. It's short, it's sharp, it's furious, it's entertaining, and it mixes up images of peace and violence. It's got this really compact kick drum sound, and it reminds me of the year I had the strongest conker in school. I even beat the dinner lady in a game of conkers outside the canteen next to the air conditioning unit. I was conker champion. I'm half an hour in and sweat and rain are starting to mingle all over me, but I'm still feeling fresh and good. Conservative Hell opens with an Eddie Cochran sounding bass line. Summertime Blues with one of those Maneki Nico cats that bring good luck to the owner playing the bass. This song, I feel like I could rub this song and it becomes a lucky charm. Now here, every time I listen to this album, I feel like something magical happens there. When she says, there's mention about semicircle eyes, I feel like we've identified someone who's been standing on the fringes of every song in this album so far. I've always felt like there's this unknown presence there, and I feel there she identifies who it is, and this is either a magic spell being created or a magic spell being destroyed, like, you know, snapping out of some kind of hypnotic state. This is, I don't know, such a pivotal moment in the album for me. Liberty Log opens like the magician's hand reaching into the hat. It's all chimneys and billowing smoke, and I feel like that boat I referenced earlier, like we kind of, there's something waiting for us to get on board. I feel like this is where we get onto it. We've made it. The relationship between the music and the lyrics on this song is, it's kind of mind-blowing. Liberty Log, I can't describe it, but the song just sounds oblong. We arrive at Liberty Log and we all fall on our knees in front of it and kind of worship it. It's the Liberty Log that inspires bravery in us. And maybe one of the journeys of this album is the listener and Florence herself all searching for the bravery we need. Olivia Lang has a book out called Funny Weather, and in that book she talks about the importance of reparative reading as a kind of antidote to the paranoid reading which we are surrounded by now with social media. Reparative reading encourages us to go out and to invent something new and sustaining in this damaging environment that we are in today. And I would argue that that is exactly what this album does. When I listen to it, I feel like I'm on a journey around the world looking for unique ways to be happy, creative and resilient and kind of full of hope. So in a way, Stumpwork puts an end to feelings of paranoia, and it encourages the growth of hope and optimism. Final song, Icebergs, takes us back to that icy environment where we were when the album started. Florence's voice is different on this song, okay, because of the effects used on her vocal. I think it's the first bit of vocal effects on the whole album, and it makes me think that this is the voice on the other side of the telephone on the first song. This is the voice of Anna calling from the Arctic, and I feel like she's calling us with a message. She's got something important to tell us. And this song is incredibly sad, okay, lyrically it makes me think that the person in this song, the voice of this song, is someone who's died, but as we shall see as it goes on, that person is resuscitated, brought back to life as a child full of wonder. And that is just the perfect way to end a perfect album. And there it is, the absolute killer lyric. Keep the curiosity of a child if you can, resuscitate her, and then all these horns, guitars all come back in for a big flourish to finish this incredible album. I'm done. I am done. I end up talking much more doing that than I thought I would, because it's an album I've listened to a lot, but I can't help but every time I listen to it, I feel like I'm reliving the magic of it for the first time. So that was Stumpwork by Dry Cleaning. I wanted to run through it when it came out last October, but I was injured and it's taken me a while to kind of get through all the running review requests to finally share my views on that magnificent album for you. I love the end of it, that kind of strange sounds like someone going off radar. You've got the one more blast in the horns, which again makes me think of the ship. I just keep thinking of the ship all the way through it, like the ship sailing away. I don't know, do we go back to our childhood? Do we go back to innocence? Do we see the world in a better way? Yes, we do, every time we listen to the album. There we are. I've talked a lot, I've run a lot. That was a good run, 45 minutes, just over 10 kilometers. I'm the running punk. Thank you very much, Dry Cleaning. Love you, bye.